At the beginning of the story, we see a sharpshooter named Drassa who has been hiding in a tunnel for several hours. She is waiting for her target. Drassa was assigned to assassinate a government officer at a nearby airport. Shortly after, a plane lands on the runway. As soon as she spots her target, she eliminates him from several kilometers away with a single shot. She carries out the task so flawlessly that the guards around don't even realize where the shot came from. After completing the mission, Drassa visits her mother's grave, where her father is already present. Here, we learn another detail about Drassa. Every time she kills someone, she keeps the bullet casings as a token and later hands them over to her father. Drassa is a contract killer. She kills people for money and has already taken many lives. Though she doesn't enjoy killing, it has become her profession. Giving the bullet casings to her father helps ease her guilt slightly. She tells her father she has a new assignment that will last a full year and she might not see him during that time. Her father responds, "You come every year and hand me some bullet casings, but this year will be different. I'm in the last stage of cancer. I don't have much time left, and if I don't die in the coming days, I will take my own life on February 14th, Valentine's Day, because I have no reason left to live. Your mother is gone and you only visit once or twice a year." Hearing this, Drassa's eyes well up with tears. Now the scene shifts, introducing us to the second lead character, Levi. Levi's life is in shambles. He suffers from terrifying nightmares and can barely sleep. One night, after waking from a bad dream, he goes to the seaside, where he finds some peace and begins writing in his diary. Suddenly, he receives a message on his phone with an address and instructions to reach there immediately. Without delay, Levi arrives at a military base and meets a lady officer named Bartow. During their conversation, we learn that Levi is no ordinary man. He's a retired army officer and an elite sniper who has killed over 200 people. Bartow says she wants to assign him a mission because only he has the skills to handle it. Before sending him, Bartow asks an important question. "If you go on this mission, is there anyone who will miss you?" Levi replies, "No, I have no one left in this world." She tells him to prepare. In a few hours, he will be sent on the mission and he'll have to stay there for a year. Levi is then sedated, and when he wakes up, he finds himself on a plane. He's confused about where he's going and what his mission is. He asks a soldier on board, but the soldier only tells him to hand over his ID and watch. He'll get them back after the mission ends. Soon after, the soldier informs him that they are about to enter a no-flying zone, and Levi will have to parachute down. Before jumping, he is told to walk 32 kilometers north on foot once he lands. The soldier refuses to give more information, stating he has a microphone on his uniform and could be fired or killed for disclosing details. Levi jumps from the plane and lands safely. It takes him 2 days to reach the destination, an isolated area where not even birds are seen. There, he meets a man named JD, who had been on the mission for a year and is now being replaced by Levi. JD takes Levi to a watchtower and explains that his duty is to guard a deep, mysterious pit known as the God Pit. No one has ever reached the bottom of it. Levi's job is to ensure that nothing comes out of it. He outlines strict rules. You can call HQ only once a month. No communication is allowed with the nearby East Tower, which belongs to Russia. Stay prepared at all times. Automatic guns and landmines are your defense. If you ever hear a loud siren, run without thinking. Levi asks, "What is in this pit that needs such high security?" JD throws a grenade into the pit. A strange, terrifying sound echoes from below, clearly not human. JD tells him the creatures are called holomen, and they must never be allowed to escape. Back in 1940, 2,400 US soldiers were sent into the pit to destroy the holomen. None ever returned. JD completes his year and prepares to leave, but when a helicopter comes to extract him, he's shot and killed by a soldier on board after confirming his identity, proving that no one ever leaves alive. Now Levi begins his duty. He checks reports, reloads guns, and tries to stay occupied. As the days pass, he grows bored and lonely. Looking for something to do, he finds notes on the wall left by previous guards, notes filled with fear, loneliness, and warnings about the Holomen. One day, Levi hears machine noises from the East Tower. Using a telescope, he sees a woman. It's Drasa, assigned to the East Tower due to her sniper skills. Levi is captivated by her, but they can't speak due to rules. Eventually, on her birthday, Drasa initiates contact using a board, asking Levi his name. Though hesitant, he replies. She tells him it's her birthday and starts dancing. She challenges Levi to show off his shooting skills, which he does by shooting a bottle. Drasa then responds by shooting a bottle in Levi's tower with equal precision, and Levi realizes she's no ordinary woman. She's a deadly sniper. As they grow closer, their interactions become more frequent. Then one day, they spot Holomen scaling the pit towards the towers. Drasa alerts Levi, and both begin firing at the creatures. Levi saves Drasa from a deadly attack with his sniper skills, and they realize they must work together to survive. Drasa said, "This was the best birthday of my life." The next morning, Levi repairs landmines and reloads guns. Suddenly, a drone rises from the pit and scans him, leaving Levi disturbed and confused. Days turn to weeks. Their friendship grows, and they no longer feel lonely. But on February 14th, Drasa becomes deeply sad, remembering her father's words. She writes on her board, "Today I feel truly alone. I wish someone were with me." Levi can't bear it anymore and decides to visit her. He sets up a rope using a rocket launcher and travels towards her tower. After a difficult climb, he reaches her. She jokes about his bad smell and tells him to shower. While he bathes, she hides his clothes and watches him through CCTV. Later, they talk, dance, and eventually grow romantic. Levi tells her, "I've written a poem for you. I'll give it to you once we leave this place." The next day, Levi returns to his tower. As he climbs the rope, a creature triggers a landmine and shrapnel cuts the rope. Levi falls into the pit. Without hesitation, Drasa grabs a parachute and jumps in after him. She lands in a raging river, manages to get ashore, and searches for Levi. Meanwhile, Levi survives by landing on a tree, but is injured. He's attacked by a large insect and falls to the roots of the tree, which begin to entangle him. Drasa arrives in time, cuts the roots, and saves him. They are soon attacked by Holomen again. After a fierce battle, they kill the creatures. Levi notices one dead creature wearing an old U.S. Army uniform, the same uniform JD had mentioned from the 1940s mission. They stumble upon a nightmarish place filled with rotting human corpses, plants growing from their bodies. Clearly, a virus was at play. They take refuge in a broken church filled with bodies that appeared to have committed suicide to escape the virus. Suddenly, giant spiders attack, followed by Holomen breaking in. They escape and find a hidden tunnel, which turns out to be an old lab. There, they find a DVD showing a female scientist who explains that a secret chemical missile leaked during an earthquake, spreading the infection. The military was told to bomb the area to stop the spread, but they didn't listen. Levi finds a modern computer inside the old lab and discovers that a company named Dark Lake is behind this all. They collect infected samples to create super soldiers. The pit holds a missile that, if activated, will destroy everything within 4.2 kilometers. They realize the woman who assigned them the mission, Lady Bartow, is behind it all. She sends lonely people to guard the pit and kills them after a year to keep the place a secret, just like JD. As they try to escape, a horse-riding creature captures Drasa. Levi searches for her, reaching a missile site, the same one from the computer. He realizes the sirens mentioned by past guards referred to this missile's activation. And the story continues.